Hey, everybody, welcome to Midday Market. My name is Glenn Tompkins. That's right, this is Fed Week. Joey, when you get a chance, can you slide over the chat for me so I can see what's going on from the chat perspective? Welcome, everybody, to Midday Market. And this is the reason why, for the month of March, we have Midday Market for both Monday and Wednesday. I think it's going to be very important for us to stay on top of what's going on with the Fed. Tell me when, Joey. For what's going on with the Fed this week. And if you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the chat with VV Nation and where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Somehow Glenn has taught us to see bottoms and to see tops and not to fall on day trading traps. Way to go, Lou. I appreciate that. Say again? All right, I'm not doing anything. You got it. All right, so Joey's in the background making sure everything is good to go. As I mentioned today, we've got a guest. We do have a guest. His name is Todd Schaefer. He's going to be coming on in a moment. Last week on Midday Market, I talked a little bit about the course, one of the courses that we offer here at VectorVest. You already know that we don't try to sell you anything in the software here at all. We show you the power of the VectorVest system, how it works. But we've got a lot of training, and one of the more popular courses that we have is called the Successful Investor course. And Todd's going to talk to you a little bit about that today. Give me sort of like a sneak peek about what the course is all about. If you want to take it, you do. If you don't, that's up to you. I'm not going to twist anybody's arm to make it happen. All right. So as I see everybody's chiming in, Reginald coming in, Charles is coming in, Linda is coming in from Florida, Terry's coming in from Upper Michigan. How close is that to Michigan? I'm a Michigan fan, not a Sparty fan, but I'm a Michigan fan, a Wolverine fan. Elio is is chiming in from Toronto, Canada. I got Raleigh here. I went to a wedding this weekend in McAllister, North Carolina. Sort of like by Rocky Mountain. It's about an hour away from Raleigh. So Raleigh's about 2 hours away from Mooresville. It was about a 3.5 hour drive Saturday. And it was cold as the dickens in North Carolina. Good, googly muggly, it was cold. Woo-wee. Joshua is tuning in saying, hey, from Miami, Florida, love your stream. I thank you all. You know something? Matthew says, long-standing VV member NYC. I love and I am blessed to have as many loyal followers as I do, but it's not me. It's the VectorVest software. It's the VectorVest system. I am just a representative of that. And I'm thankful for everybody who takes the time out of their day, whether it's on Midday Market, whether it's on Trending Thursday, whether it's on the mobile app, to support us on the YouTube channel. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that when new live streams like this come out, you're alerted. And if you like the content, folks, don't be scared. Don't be scared to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let me know that it's well worth it. And Roger says, TSIC, the Successful Investor course, is a great course. You're going to hear a lot of VectorVest subscribers actually talk about how great the course is. But first off, if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest system, go to www.vectorvest.com/YT for YouTube. All right, YT. Take a 99-cent trial. Folks, you can't get a cup of Starbucks coffee for 99 cents. Yep. All right. So this is the trial. This is what it looks. Oh, man. I got to put on my stream deck. I don't know where it's going to pop up at. It's going to pop up somewhere, Joey. And it popped up over here. Good. There it is. And this is the trial screen. There it is. I put it. There it is. 99 cents, 30 days. And after the 30 days, we've got subscriptions on our mobile app for as low as $5 a month. All right. And all the way up to having intraday, end of day data, real-time data. There's so many different opportunities for you within the VectorVest system to have access to the software. All right. So with that, let's get started real quick. Mash Luxury says you're hungry. You're hungry? What did I say to make you hungry? Joey, did I say anything to make anybody hungry? Or you just hungry? And I like that. Miss McClintock says this stuff really works. I like that. Robert says VectorVest is the best system. This is all VectorVest subscribers, folks. These are subscribers to the VectorVest system. All right, so we know that this is Fed week. The 15th, 16th, the Fed meets, and they're going to start making decisions on raising interest rates. And I think the general consensus is they're going to come out of the gate at a 0.25% raise. And you know something? I did a thing, and I was looking online on where all of everybody's interest rates were, with the exception of just a couple of countries. We are still historically low. So even if we raise a few times this year, I need you guys to understand that we'll still be historically low overall. All right. The reason why we're raising the interest rates is to make money harder for people to get by making it more expensive to try to borrow it. Right now, you can borrow money at such a low interest rate, and it's putting a lot of money into the economy. The only way, one of the ways, not the only way, but one of the main ways to get the money back out of the economy is to raise interest rates to slow down the economy. So that's why this week is so important. As you look right here on our homepage, from a market timing perspective, here's our traffic light into the market. A lot of red, which still means it's not the right time to buy stocks right now. Look at all of our major indices. We got a mixed market today. Only the Dow is in the green, up 200 points. Interesting how it's up 200 points and everything else is down. NASDAQ is down over 1%. So tech stocks taking another day of beatings, just getting beat. They just keep getting beat. I can't say like a redheaded stepchild because that could be misconstrued as wrong. How about a bald-headed stepchild? How about just a stepchild? Who is going to beat up on a stepchild anyway? That's not the way it's supposed to be. I'd like to say beat like a rented mule. Who rents mules anymore anyway? Todd, do you ever rent any mules? Okay, they can hear you.
Why would I rent one I own?
Okay, so there you go, Todd. So anyway, the NASDAQ is getting beat. Our VectorVest composite is down about 0.5% as well. All right, but looking at what sectors are moving, some of the sectors that were moving up the most over the past few weeks are now getting beaten up. Why? Because they've been up so much. Petroleum down pushing 4% today. Steel down 1.5%. Look at that, mining, another hot sector, down 4% today. So this is where we stand from in regards to the market timing as of right now. If I do this now, Joey, can I do this? No, I need to do this. All right, let's go take a look at what's going on in the market real quick. Go to the market timing graph. Let's go bring up a 3-month graph. Actually, no, I don't want that. I'm going to keep us on intraday, 5-minute bars, current day, because that's what, wow, look at the fall off of the market. Big pull down. We didn't gap up this morning at 9:30. We started out the gate up, pulled back, found a level of support, rallied, everybody saying, yay, woo. And then all of a sudden, everybody's going, oh my gosh, boo, as the market's just free falling right now. Oh, who sang that song? Now I'm free falling. But listen to you, Joey. You know, and you little millennial knowing some music that was really classical music. I figured if it wasn't like Eminem or E40 or something like that, you wouldn't know who that was. But nonetheless, the market is falling harshly today. Who's to say? How many times have we seen over and over that the market does a rebound and finishes the day in the green? So I'm not going to prognosticate where the market is going to go. I am telling you right now that the market is falling, and it is. You take what the market gives you. If you're buying stocks long today is not a day for that. If you're selling stocks short or using contra ETFs, you're probably good. For me, I'm still actually trading the UVXY, so I'm happy today. How many of you saw the video on Friday? You're the viewer's choice video. Type a 1 in the room if you saw the video. Type a 2 in the room if you did not. How many of you saw that video this weekend? And there was a stock in there that was kicking butt on Friday and still kicking butt today. In case you didn't know, MULN. That stock was given to me by, who was it given to me? By Joshua Sullivan. It was, Joshua, you here, by the way. Joshua, you here? All right, so I have been putting out, I'm on a trek. As you see the videos that I put out, put a stock that you would like for me to do a video on. And if I can put a story behind it, I will be putting out a video in regards to, so it's your stocks. It's your stocks. So any video that I do, go put in the comments, type in a stock that you want me to look at. And if I can make a story out of it, I'm trying to put together for each video about 3 to 5 stocks per video. So if you guys keep putting the stocks out there and I can keep making, putting out a good story, whether the story is good or bad, or putting out a story on it, look for your video to be out there. Wow, a lot of people didn't watch it. Man, oh man, go check it out. Couple of good stocks in there that and this came from people. This came from people who are subscribers to the channel. Jim, don't put them in here because there's so much chat in here. I'm probably not going to be able to find it. I'm telling you, don't put them in here. Go to one of my videos, one of my recorded videos, watch the video and put the stock that you want me to look at there. That's where I can put it. All right. I ain't telling y'all no more. Y'all are still doing it. Put it there. All right. So I wanted to give a view. This is all pre the market, pre the Fed getting ready to raise interest rates. This is where we stand right now. All right. Today. And doesn't matter. We'll see what happens by the time the day is over. But as of right now, as of this midday market on 5-minute bars, this is actually 2-minute bars, we are falling hard, and that is the way it is. So just be careful as of that. All right, Joey, put the me and the Todd up, the me and the Toddster up on the screen. All right, because I want to bring in my guest, Todd Schaefer, a really good friend of mine, who is the manager of the thing that he does. Research. Yeah, the manager of research. He does anything that we put out as far as strategies that we put in the viewer, in the strategy viewer. He has a lot of hands in that. He spends countless hours testing and retesting different strategy and strategy combinations. And he's the man, the myth, the legend, and one of the instructors of the Successful Investor course. And again, here, thank you for being here, Todd. He's going to be here to give a little sneak peek of what the Successful Investor course is all about. And again, listen to the people who are subscribers in the room. They'll give you a little bit more insight as well on how good the course is. And recession fears, I am a big believer that this most likely will lead to a recession. But keep in mind, I'm not an economist. I never claimed to have been. I'm not some kind of super specialist. I utilize the VectorVest system in order to help you guys understand what's going on in the market. I think that inherently, with the raising of interest rates, a recession normally ensues with that. So that's my 2 cents in regards to that, because once you do that, the market starts to slow. Market starts to slow, stocks get affected, and I think that it brings on some semblance of a recession. Whether that comes true or not, it remains to be seen. All right, with that, Todd, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Glenn, I'm doing great. How are you?
You look great, man. And actually,
they say memory is the first thing to go.
Yeah, I just turned a double nickel, so I know I'm feeling that already. And Joey reminds me every day of just about how much older I'm getting, because he's a hater too. But that's all right. All right, so he doesn't like us older people, but that's all right, Joey, because one day you're going to be old too. All right. So I
never said that. I never said that.
Yeah, you did. You did. You say it all the time.
I never said that.
All right, whatever. So, Todd, tell them a little bit about what you do, who you are, and what this is all about.
Well, I think you've covered my roles and responsibilities pretty clearly, but my purpose for being here today is as one of the instructors in our Successful Investor course. So the cool thing is, and the reason that I want to get here is I want to give people a heads up, because we only offer this course at most once a quarter. So our next series is coming up, and in fact, we start doing the promotional videos for it this week. So your next opportunity, if you've been waiting to do it, to do the course, the live session is cool because we get to do mastery sessions every week, look at the live market, talk through the current situations, and kind of field your questions live as you're learning the course material and experiencing the market, relative to what you're learning. So it's a lot of fun, and I look forward to it, and we're getting ready to kick off. But I feel like I need to give folks an idea of what it is that we do in the Successful Investor course, because you may have noticed, VectorVest has a lot of power within the research and the analysis that we offer, but how you utilize that varies on what your goals are, what your objectives are. For instance, are you an investor, or are you trying to swing trade or day trade, right? We service all those needs. And sometimes, particularly for new users, it's hard to know where you're supposed to jump on the train, right? So the Successful Investor course comes at it from the more prudent to conservative end, and is really founded on Dr. DeLito's original approach to the markets, the VectorVest simple approach, if you will, of buying rising stocks in rising markets. And the key here is, for a lot of folks, is to do that in a systematic way. So whether you're swing trading or investing or day trading, each of those approaches we would advocate has their own given rule set. And obviously, well, maybe not so obviously, but the rule set would be different if I'm short-term trading versus long-term investing. So when we have folks who have been struggling to find consistent success, we often find that it's because they don't have a rule set for their approach. So the key is, the first thing that you need to determine is, where's your lane? What are your objectives? What are you trying to accomplish with this particular trading system? So that's where we start. Session number 1 is all about setting goals and identifying what you're trying to accomplish and basically how you've been doing so far. Once we've established that, we take a particular perspective in successful investing, and that we're doing position trading, longer term trades. But with that approach, we fill in the blanks. And so once you've learned how that trading system works, even if you want to swing trade, do something more aggressive or faster, you now have the building blocks in place, understand how they interact, because it's a more complex system. You can customize the approach to whatever you want to do in the future. So it's a great ground floor methodology to find some consistent performance. You can do it on your bigger nest egg account. It's slower moving, so you can learn the pieces before you get yourself in trouble.
And the cool thing about all of this is, no matter where you are in the journey of investing, this course will help to set foundational groundwork for everybody in this room. And I think that the flexibility behind the VectorVest system is key to that. So this is what we'll do. Todd, I'm going to get us into the program. You tell me where you want to go and where you want to start.
Well, let's start with a stock viewer. So we're trend followers in our approaches, even our swing trading approaches. We're looking for trends that we can jump into and jump off of, or jump out of, to buy low, sell high. For the successful investor, we're trying to buy high and sell higher, right? So we're looking for established trends that we can join, particularly when the market's rising. So the first piece is, let's look at stock candidates. And we all know the market has been down now. We peaked in November, right, on the VVC. So let's resort this database, resort the stock viewer by RS, because I want to show you what we're looking for.
Real quick, tell them what RS is in like 10 words or less.
So relative safety is what the RS initials stand for. And this is the consistency, this is the VectorVest analysis of the consistency and predictability of the financial performance of the company.
That's a whole lot more than 10 words, but okay.
I'd have to count. But
I was counting.
I tried to be minimalist, best I could. All right, just graph these guys, Glenn, and put them on a 5-year graph, price and earnings. Actually, pause there for a minute.
Okay.
Are you paused? Minimize
Yeah.
the graph for just 1 second.
Okay.
So here's the stock viewer, and in that rec column, we have a buy, sell, or hold rating that we give every stock every day. So when stocks are in accelerating uptrends that have some fundamental strength, they get a buy rating. I see 1 on this homepage. So what's that telling me? Well, the market's falling, and most of the stocks that I'm seeing on this screen are not in accelerating uptrends. And hopefully that doesn't surprise anyone, right? So that feeds into this narrative of this is not a great time to be buying stocks. But now let's take a look at their graphs, because these are the kinds of stocks that when the market is rising and they resume their trends, these are the kinds of stocks that we want to get. Just price and earnings, if that's where you're going.
How about the VectorVest layout?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Put on earnings, take off RT.
Oops.
Take off the rec ribbon, if you would.
Ooh. You want the Rex off?
Yep,
Okay.
because I don't want too much eye candy. So just looking at West Pharma here, look at the graph pattern itself. This is a 5-year graph, so these are weekly candlesticks. We call this bottom left, upper right, smoother the better. Notice on the right side of the graph how price has been pulling back. That's exactly why we don't want to buy stocks in falling markets. On the subgraph, we have their earnings performance. Now, this is from the VectorVest system, and part of our algorithm, we take not only their historical performance, but we also include analysts' 12-month predictions, their forecasts. We incorporate that into our algorithm because we want to know the future prospects, and the closest thing we have to an independent view are the analysts that track the stock and or the industry. So we incorporate their forecasts, and so we're looking at the history of those forecasts. Well, what's the idea? Why are we trying to do that? Well, stocks that have companies that have a history of good management that are making money and making more and more money are the kinds of stocks that we want to invest in. Particularly, right, for those of us who lived through the 70s and into the 80s, particularly when the economy goes into recession, we particularly want to find companies that are weathering that storm, that are continuing to make more and more money, at least holding their own, and I might even venture looking for sustained sales performance. But the earnings engine is what's driving this bus, and that rising earnings pattern is what sustains price trend and also drives future valuation. So here we have a case where West Pharma is pulling back, even though their earnings are still performing. What a great opportunity to buy a discount, if you will, get a better value once the price correction has cleared and the selling pressure leaves. The problem with buying it now is you don't know how far down is. So instead of giving money back to the market from the jump, let's wait till it puts in the low and starts to rise again. So let's, Glenn, if you would, we're going to click through these. I just want you to go through 10 or so quickly, but look at that pattern. And I don't want you to analyze. I just want you to look at the pattern and how consistently these guys perform. You see the correlation of rising earnings performance and price action.
But look at this one holding its own better than some of the others.
That's right. So that, I like to say the market's constantly talking to you, right? So when it tells you that the healthcare sector is perhaps holding on better than building supplies, right? Then that's some information you can use.
But look at these names. These are names that we know. These are good quality companies that we know.
Yeah, but I also recognize that, yeah, they're not impervious to market action, right? They don't have superhero capes on. they can pull back too. So I want to buy them only when the market's rising. Well, how do I know when the market's rising? Well, Glenn talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the presentation. If you go to the market timing graph, just do a 1 year with confirmed calls. We have a series of market timing signals from fast to slow, right? So the beginning of any trend, the fastest signals obviously go first. The confirmed call is our slowest signal. It comes last, typically. But the idea is the green arrows are doing a pretty good job of identifying for me when the market's rising, and the red arrows do a pretty good job of identifying for me when the market's falling. You can see our most recent signal after the market high was our confirmed down call that we generated back in November. So with that signal, even if you're on the slow moving car, right, we know it's time to become defensive. Certainly stop being offensive, stop buying stocks, manage your trades with the stop losses that you have on the trade from inception. And then secondly, if you want, you can tighten stops and become more defensive. Why? So that I don't give back the gains that I've just been trying to hold on to over the past 10 years, however long you've been participating in this rally, right, or in this bull market. So the idea is ride the wave. When the wave breaks, become defensive and get out of the way. So that limits the drawdown in your portfolio. That limits the anxiety that you feel because you're down 40% and you're afraid it's going to keep going further, right? And so now in your fear response, you start seeing every negative headline starts getting amplified. Even worse, now you're anxious. You got to earn the money back. So now you jump on every time there's a 200-point up day, and then you get the door slammed in your face. So let's stop the madness. Let's pull back and put together a systematic approach that identifies for us when the market's rising and it's a good time to be buying stocks, and then can identify for us some great candidates that should perform well on a prudent time frame or prudent approach. So we do that in a systematic way, and like I say, once you have that systematic approach in hand, it's easy to then modify or adapt it to something more aggressive if that's what you want to do. There are a lot of folks who don't want to do anything more aggressive than that, and that's fine too. There are a lot of folks who have their nest egg account that they manage with this kind of approach, and they have a smaller trading account where they can be a little more aggressive and be more active if that's what they want to do. Key is, though, that if you're struggling for consistency at all, this, I think, can be very helpful. If you're new to the VectorVest system and you're looking for something more on the prudent end of the spectrum, we're right in your alley. All right, so that's what I wanted to do, let you know that that's coming up, because it only comes around, at least every quarter, at most every quarter.
All right, and what I am going to do real quick is I'm going to get us to this page, and I think, look at me doing this all by myself, Joey. I don't need your help. So Joey's like, all right, fine, watch him walk away, and I'll be stuck all by myself. All right, this is a link. Joey's going to put the link in there. Todd's going to go into deeper detail on Wednesday and Thursday, 3 different webcasts. Wednesday, March 16th at 12, Wednesday, March 16th at 6, and Thursday, March 17th at 4:30. I register for it. It's free. It's free. Todd will go into a little deeper detail on what it's all about in the Successful Investor course. And that's it in a nutshell. So, Joey, put us back on the duo. I want to say thank you very, very much for being here, Todd. I ramped up everybody. They were looking for you. They were like, man, Todd's going to be here. And I said, yes, Todd's going to be here. And Todd, you didn't disappoint in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I want to, before you say anything more, I want, a lot of people here are on YouTube for the purposes of finding the next hot stock. And that's fine. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there that say, hey, buy this stock. It's going to go up 50, 11,000 billion trillion times. But you know something? The majority of everybody's portfolio in this room should be more retirement minded, should be more long-term minded, should be more position trading. For those of you who are looking to make the quick buck, that should be done with a much smaller portion of your portfolio. And we'll help you. We got the videos, the low dollar, high probability. We got all of that stuff. All right? But this, what Todd is talking about, is the fundamentals of growing your wealth. Not just trying to hit the home run, because just like Reggie Jackson, he hit a whole lot of home runs. What else did he do? He struck out a lot. We here at VectorVest, we try to do the work so that you can reap the rewards. We want you to strike out a lot less. And that's why something like the Successful Investor course is ideally suited for everybody in this room for your longer term portfolio. All right, so Todd, I like this. VJ, I don't know if that's going to pop up. It won't pop up. Oh, it will. It will. It goes over our faces. VJ says the course is a must. Follow the instructions and you will make money and not lose any. Plus, you get two VectorVest subscriptions. So Jim says it's a great course, teaches when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. Again, folks, you don't have to have a subscription, even the 99-cent subscription, to take the course. They give you the subscription along with the course. Right, Todd?
That's right.
So that's it in a nutshell. Todd, thank you very much for being here. Again, the link is in the chat. Sign up. VV Nation on YouTube, sign up. Go to the course. Go to the webcast. Todd is an excellent instructor. He makes things very, very simple.
Yeah, the webcast is informational. You're not making any kind of commitment, but it gives you a better idea of what we do. I just gave you a little highlight here today, so you'll get a better feel for it. And hope to see you there.
All right. Thank you, Todd Ford. Todd's going to go,
Brett.
and we're going to pick up right where we left off at for midday market. I got the wrong one up. I see that, Joey. I'll fix that.
Thanks, Todd.
Huh?
I said thanks to Todd.
Okay, so let me put this back here. All right, so we talked a little bit about what was going on in the market. You know me, I got some news. What stocks are making the news? We've got, and I got a lot of different things. That's what midday market is all about. So let's get into that. Let's go out to my news. Let's go see what's going on in the news. Let's go see what stocks are making big news. Big thing for this week, you know, and again, I think that they meet tomorrow and the actual rate comes out if what they're going to do, I think is on Wednesday. Can somebody back me up on that? I think it's Wednesday, which is perfect for midday market on Wednesday. We'll see how the market reacts to it. But the Federal Reserve expected to raise interest rates in week ahead as Ukraine crisis adds volatility. So there's three main headlines right now. We've got the Fed, we've got the war in Ukraine, and then we've got a new outbreak of COVID in China. And China shut down a whole province. I mean, shut them down, like lock them in the house type shut down over another whole a whole different strain of COVID. So I'm looking at that. Now, with that, the COVID in China stocks are feeling the effect of that. XPeng falls amid Shenzhen COVID-19 shutdown. Shenzhen is what they shut down. So I'm going to see, or you're probably going to see a lot of Chinese stocks get hit by it. Here it is. Yum China sales suffer as Omicron cases surge. Now, this is Omicron. I don't know what the new variant is called, but I don't think it's Omicron. Omicron is something else. But Chinese stocks are being affected by the new strain of COVID. Walmart improves its supply chain and dividend. I'm seeing more and more stories coming out about stocks improving their dividend. Why? Because if we are going to start to get into some semblance of a recession, what are going to be the stocks that are going to be most attractive to people? Companies that pay a dividend. That little shipping company, Zim, $17, that was a huge dividend. And And for the past couple of sessions, whether it's on Midday Market or Trending Thursday, I've been bringing to the table stocks that are increasing their dividends. It's a way to get people to still buy the stock, even when some bad things start to happen to the market. Rio Tinto, mining stock that I've talked a lot, makes an all-cash bid to fully acquire Turquoise Hill. So remember, mining doesn't just look at gold and silver. It looks at all of the different aspects of mining. Rio's big in this space, and now they're growing their business. I've made mention that I think M&A activity is really going to start picking up as well, is because as all of this goes on with interest rates, companies that were just hanging on are primed to be bought up. Now, I did a story on EVs. EV adoption to boost Blink's future growth. I did a whole 2 videos on the charging companies. Blink was one of them. So as more and more people are getting on board with EV adoption, and as I watched the chat, as I watched the news in regards to EVs, I just did a video on it as well. With the high oil prices or gas prices, people are at least considering EVs, but I see a lot of you in the room. When we did a poll. I think I did a poll. Either I did it or Joey did it. I ain't looking to go into EVs yet, and that's fine. I just think that there is a push to go that way. Now, talking about Blink. Blink Charging president shares how company works to spread EV adoption nationwide. So cars, as more and more people start to think about or even buying into electric vehicles, there needs to be a network set up so that cars can go coast to coast. That's not set up yet, but these charging stations are going to play a huge role in being able to have cars be able to get from point A all the way here in New York to point B, or here in New York to point B here in California, because if not, there's going to be a whole lot of cars stuck on the side of the road, all not charged up. So the money is going out to the individual states to get the network and the infrastructure set up for the charging stations. But this was Blink talking about how to make it happen nationwide. Citigroup, another company that pulled out of Russia, expands Russia withdrawal, raising prospect of financial hit. I'm thinking that a lot of companies that are pulling out of Russia for the support of Ukraine are doing it at the expense of their own financial gain. I think that's huge. Companies know. McDonald's did it, and I did a story that it's affecting them at the tune of $50 million a month. Think about $50 million a month for closing down 850 stores in Russia. And more companies are pulling out. As a matter of fact, you want to know what other companies are pulling out? Look at this. Over 300 companies have withdrawn for Russia. Some staying, but look at this list. Look at this list. Airbnb, Airbus, Adobe, ADP, Adidas, my Adidas. Joey, you don't know about that right there. That's a little bit too old for you. Activision, man, so they can't play Call of Duty in Russia, Joey. Sigh. Suspend all sales in Russia. AMD, chip company. And they ain't getting no beer from Anheuser-Busch. American Express. Just look at the names, folks. 300 Burger King, Canada Goose, Chipperfield. Isn't that like strippers? I don't know if that's, no, that's Chippendales. Sorry. Coca-Cola, Coinbase. I did a story that crypto might take off in Russia because of all of the suspensions of the financial stuff. But Coinbase blocks certain illicit Russian accounts, but not all. Colgate, they can't brush their teeth. Continue essential product sales so they can still brush their teeth. Crocs, just look at the list, folks. The list goes on and on and on. I found this interesting to go bring this to, just look at this. Man, just about every major companies. Now, there's some companies, they put these people on blast. That's messed up. they put these people on blast for the companies that are staying in Russia. There's still a lot of them out there. Still a lot of them out there. All right, so I wanted to bring that to your attention as well. Let's get back into the software. And let's go into the program. And now let's go look at my stories in the viewers, watch list viewer, midday market. Let's go to the indices. Let's go see what the indices look like. All right, let's go see what the major indices look like. The VIX is up. All right, the VIX is up, still above the value of 20. There's still a lot of volatility out in the market. Maria says, I think I just got stopped out of SBSW. That's Sabane Silver. I think that's Sabane. Is that not what that is, Maria? The mining companies, the oil companies, for everybody in the room that was stating that these companies were overbought, I couldn't agree with you more. But as long as the market was giving you an opportunity to make money, that's where the money was being made. But I did say, put tight stops on it, because what goes up what goes up must come down, and everything can't go up forever. When I look at the VIX, I'm still trading the UVIXY. It's down today. And the IWM, the lower dollar, smaller cap stocks, the more risk on stocks, is down today. Let's go to the graphs. Let's close that out, and let's go put on the major indices, the DJI, the SPY, the QQQ, and the VVC. Let's go put them on my quad thingy. Let's go put them on my quad thingy right there. And there he is, looking at 5-minute bars. Let's shore this up a little bit, and we can watch them all together, how the market is moving. The Dow looked like it ran up a little bit this morning on 5-minute bars, pulled back. Looks like it might have found a level of support intraday right now, sitting up at the level of about 33,083 right now on the Dow, a little bounce. The S&P looks like it might have found a level of support right now, sitting at the value of about 418.98. The VectorVest, say again? Oh, sorry about that. Thank you, Joey. And put me on to the quad thingy. Did I move that? Quad thingy. There we go. All right. And the VectorVest composite ran out of the box. It fell. It looks like it's at a level of support right now at about the value of $58.88. And the Qs fell, and it looks like it's sitting at a level of support for about 320.24. So even as we first came on for midday market, the market fell. And this is what I said for the last few days, man. It's tough watching the market rock and roll and rock and roll. And by the end of the day, you sit back and go, what the heck just happened? What happened? And that's just the times that we live in. Why? Because there's uncertainty in the market, and markets don't like uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty. How is the market going to respond in the next couple of days when the Fed raises the interest rates? All right, so I don't know. I don't know if Russia's going to be making their own Teslas. I don't know. I don't think right now all their money is tied up into their military. The economy is poopy. Their people are hungry. There's a whole bunch of badness going on in Russia. Excuse me. That's the beautiful thing about live TV. I can't hide that. All right. Currencies will never be the same after this war. I don't disagree with that as well. I think that with all of the sanctions that have been put against Russia, Russia's got a big hole to dig out of to bring their economy back online. They really, really do. But as we're watching midday right now, looks like all of the markets may have settled into a level of support. But if the market's still going to have any more downside legs, I still think that with the uncertainty of what's going on, especially about how much money or how many points is going to be raised on the interest rates, that's key, and the markets don't know. I am of the mindset, let's just go 1 point, all right? And I'm probably sitting on the minority side, literally and figuratively. I might be sitting on the minority side. Yes, I can laugh about that in regards to that. So a lot of people are saying, no, let's just go to quarter point. Maybe if they get a little antsy, they might go a half a point. Oh, Glenn, my post blocking. I don't know what just happened, Maria. Or they might get antsy, go a half a point. I think why not make a statement and go a full point? But I know the downside to that, if they do, the market's going to lose its mind. If they go 1 full point, the market's going to lose its mind. All right. Oh, yeah, I took it off. Sorry about that. All right. Let's go back into my viewers tab. And let's go look at the stocks that made the big news. All right. I put them all into my list. There's Rio, Walmart, Citigroup, Ford. Ford was up there. Yum, Blink, XPeng. Let's go take a look at their stocks. Out of all of those stocks that made the news today, 2 of them are going up. Let's go look at the top 4 that are moving. Well, there's only 2 that are moving up, so I'm only going to look at the graphs of the 2. All right. From the perspective of news-driven, which stocks have the best upside potential? Citigroup should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 35% over the next 1 to 3 years. Ford should outperform by 43%. Now, Rio Tinto, the mining company, has got the highest relative value in the list, should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 58%. Out of the stocks, from a safety perspective, only 1 stock consistently and predictably meets or exceeds earnings expectations, and that's Walmart. And only Walmart is the only stock that's in an uptrend right now, and Walmart is the only one that's got a buy recommendation. A lot of these grow their earnings at a clip of double digits, which is good. A couple of them have negative earnings. Let's go take a look at the top 2, since these are the only 2 that are moving today. Let's right click. Let's view the stock graph. Let's bring the stock graph up. Intraday, Walmart ran up a little bit, pulled back, found a level of support, sitting at the level of about 143.89, bouncing. I'd like to see if the stock is going to move higher today, if it should take out this level of resistance at 144.86. Right now, Walmart's sitting in a little bit of a channel. Let's bring up my graph layout. My aggressive graph layout, Glenn trade. There's my 3 and 8 along with relative timing, volume, and a moving average of volume. So Walmart, good news. And right now, would like to see it break above that level of resistance intraday. Citigroup pulled out of Russia. They know that it's going to most likely hurt the bottom line. Intraday today, it did run up, but pulled back, found a level, couple of levels of support, pulling back down right now. So coming off of this high, actually trending lower from the high. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this again is on intraday. This is again on intraday style. Let's make it a little darker for you. And that's 5-minute bars. All right. 5-minute bars. If the U.S. is buying Russian oil, guess what Putin is selling? We're not buying Russian oil, Lou. We stopped buying their oil. I don't like the places that we're looking to get oil from. But again, you know me, that's a conversation for another time. Yeah, that really is another conversation for another time. All right, so those are the only 2 stocks in the list that are going up, and only 1 that's a buy based on, again, we know that Yum, we know that what was my other one? XPeng are getting affected by COVID again. Big outbreak in COVID. XPeng, EV down 11.5% today. Big move to the downside. All right, next I've got earnings this week. This is earnings stocks that have either reported today all the way up until Friday, but I am looking at a lot of the stocks that we know. There's a lot of stocks reporting this week. But most likely stocks that everybody in here will know. Volkswagen from the EV side. Look at this. Volt up 95%. Good, googly muggly. Let's go see if I can make that happen. That stock is, can I make it do it? Oh, it's broke. Oh, Joey, my thing is broke from my thing. From my, where did you show me? It doesn't matter. Anyway, Volt, let's go see if there's any news on here that I just don't know about. What's Volt doing? 95%. Anybody know the news on it? Let's go see. 2 months ago. That's not what I need.
Now.
Oh, there it is. All right. So yeah, this stock is moving. Uh-oh. That's not me. I can't stop that. Okay, you can stop it. I don't know what that was. All right, that was the wrong one. 7 hours ago, Volt Information Sciences. Look at that. They're getting bought. That's what's making. They're getting to be acquired by an affiliate, ACS Solutions. That's because I'm home shopping at Walmart since I don't have a vehicle. That's what we're okay. Interesting. So M&A, mergers and acquisitions. I'm telling you, they're going to start popping up. Mergers and acquisitions are going to start moving higher, and buybacks. Buybacks, you watch within the latter part of this quarter or going into next quarter, you're going to see a lot of buybacks and dividend raises. Dividend raises are going to keep people buying into companies to help them to withstand what's going on in the market. Nickel is the new gold. You know, I seen the stories on nickel. I'm not on board with nickel is the new gold, but nickel gets used in a lot of things. Absolutely, it does. It gets used in a lot of things. Stock time, and we mine it, but I'm gonna keep my eye on nickel. How about that? I'm going to keep my eye on nickel, and I'm going to have to do a little bit more research to really, truly understand why it's moving as much as it is outside of the big short that was on it that looked like it got covered. That's what I think most recently happened with nickel. That's what I think most recently happened with nickel is that there was a big short position that got covered. All right. So let's get back into the software. And from an earnings perspective, good companies going up. Let's go sort these by percent price change. Let's go look at the top four. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are either have already reported or will report by Friday. All right, who else is in here? Volkswagen. I like Volkswagen from the EV space. I really do. And I own a Volkswagen. I own a 2015 Volkswagen Passat Wolfsburg Edition. Love that car. That car goes from 0 to 60 quick, and it gets me about 22 to 23 miles per gallon on a 16-gallon tank of super unleaded. So I do like the car. Out of the 4 stocks reporting this week that are moving up, only one is a sell, and that's Volkswagen, as I talk so heftily about them. One is a buy. Volt is a buy. Man, getting bought. That stock probably unless you were already in it, you're not going to get into it. Ranger Energy and Arco Biopharmaceutical. Let's right click. Let's view the stock graph. Let's go. Yeah, they got bought, so it's not moving. And let's go put this on the quad thingy. Quad thingy. This sounds like Goldfinger. Quad thingy. Where's it at? Quad thingy. So Volt is a no-go right now. Volkswagen nicely looked like it gapped up this morning, and it did. Volkswagen, did they report already today? Anybody? Volkswagen lost an entire shipload of cars. Did they really? Was that on the ship that went out burning? Stock time? There was a ship off California that burned a whole lot of cars. Was that was Volkswagen on there? So I don't know. Check out JJN if you're interested in nickel. JJN. Let me peep that out. JJN. Thank you for that. Who gave me that? That was Michael. I'm going to write your name down there in case I do a story on it. Michael Rosenberg. I'm going to peep that out. But I'm thinking I'm going to use that for the purposes of getting more education on that. Rich says, best I can find is that China's lockdown is driven by Omicron and Delta variants unless they're sitting on the true information. So I thought it was a different variant that came out, Rich. You're saying that it's the variants that are already out, Omicron and Delta? More like Moon River. It's all Volkswagen products, including Porsche. And so Volkswagen was on that boat of cars that burn up. That sucks. What's your take on Dutch Brothers Coffee? I don't know. I ain't looked at it, Michael. So I don't know. I haven't the slightest idea. Bros, I'm not going to look at them individually. Again, any stocks, I'm not going to write that one down, Michael. The other one is for nickel. Anybody who wants me to look at a stock of theirs, you've got to look at one of my videos, Michael. and put your stock in the comments of one of my videos. You don't do it here, all right? So Volkswagen gapped up. Earnings looks like it gapped up, pulled back off the top today's high to 388 bearish. A-Bio, I'm not feeling the volume on A-Bio. And Ranger, I'm not feeling the volume on that one as well. But these are stocks that are either reporting today or will report between today and Friday. All right, between today and Friday. I heard it was Deltacron. Deltacron, is that the new variant? Wow, I like that. I do like that. So, Michael, I'm not afraid to look at bros, but put it in the chat of one of my videos, all right? China practically owns America. You know something? I think that because we are, I'm going to put a stop to that, because I think that because we are a global economy, they got their hands in our pocket, and we got it works both ways. It works both ways. I'm afraid to mess up on words, because in my last video, Joey put in, "That's all, folks," which was hilarious. But if you guys saw that, how many of y'all saw that in the last video? Type of one. That was hilarious. Joey is getting so good at the editing of these videos of mine. But he put in, that was hilarious. I had to chat him up and be like, that was huge. Volkswagen did lose about 4,000 cars on board the Felicity Ace that burned and sank off of Portugal, not California, a couple weeks ago. All right, that was a different one. All right, Lauren, thank you, and I appreciate it. I know there was it off of Portugal? Was there not one that sank off of California? And I could have been wrong, and that's why I always ask the questions in the room, just so that hold me accountable. And that's why I'm not afraid to tell somebody I don't know something. All right, so Lauren, I do appreciate that. All right, so those are the stocks with earnings this week. I looked at the 4 fastest moving ones to give an idea of what I liked and didn't like. Fastest sector. Let's go see what's moving as fastest sector right now. Let's go to Delta searches sectors. Let's do a 10-day RT Delta. See if there's anything moving up. It's moving up. Energy is still up, but look how much it's not up as much anymore. Only up like 5.5%. REITs are on the move. Look at that. Paper's on the move. Let's go to paper. Let's right click. Let's view the stocks in the paper sector. I don't know what's in there. I don't know much about the paper. Let me be and look at all the stocks that move. All right, here's the top 5 stocks in the sector for paper, sorted by VST. Let's sort this. If the sector's on the rise, let's see what stocks are moving today. And wow, look at that. Baby, you can work. Baby, you can work. That's what that looks like. That's a Rihanna stock. All right, GLT. Look at these stocks in this sector that are moving nicely today on a big down day. Let's go take a look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the beautiful thing about looking at the movement of sectors to see what stocks are driving that sector higher, right? Let's view, right-click, sigh. Let's highlight the top 4 again. Right-click, view the stock graph. Let's bring up the quad thinking. I like that. You can make it work. Intraday. Put on the quad thingy again. Who's that? Quad thingy. All right. So these are all in the paper sector over the last 10 days by relative timing, up about 3.5%. So I wanted to pay attention to ones that are moving. How about Glatfelter? Look at that. Nicely moving higher, trading right at resistance. Not a super expensive stock, sitting at $12.97. Would like to see if the stock could break 5 cents above the high. The 3 and the 8 have been solid all morning, converging right now. BlizzFi, I'm not feeling that as a paper because, excuse me, look at the lack of volume. I'm not feeling that. Work looks pretty okay. Pulling back right now, found a level of support today at the value of 45.35, sitting in a little bit of a channel, but was solid all morning up until it got to that level of resistance, sitting at 45.86. Let's see if it can bounce up and move up. Sorry, Glenn, I can find no story about an auto carrier sinking off of California recently. Thank you, Lauren. So I guess it was not California, but where you said. Thank you, and I appreciate that. All Again, I'm not afraid to say when I'm wrong or when I don't know something. And that's why I always ask you guys questions. All right. What did Badger say? Successful investor course is not free. However, attend a free webinar. Huge discount to this 6-week course. Thank you for that, Badger. Thank you for that, Badger. But remember, the link that Joey put in was for the free webcast on Wednesday and Thursday. All right, so looking at these, Nina Paper. Wow, who names that company? Anyway, had a little problems this morning, went back up at a level of resistance. If I'm looking at any one of these stocks, I'm thinking about GLT. I'm thinking about WRK as long as it breaks, either one of them break above the level of resistance, and NP as well, as long as it can break above resistance. I'm not feeling BZLFY because of the lack of volume. Surprise, Louisiana Pacific is not there. Remember, I'm only exposing you to 5 of the 19 stocks. And I do that every so often because there's a lot of people who are not subscribers, and I don't want to give away everything that we have in here. I want you to know that I can do analysis. You can do analysis. 99 cents gets you access to all the 19 stocks. It's probably there, Tact Boogie Digital. All right. But I don't know. All right. If it's in the paper. All right. So I'm only showing you 5 of the 19 stocks that are there. All righty then. Let's keep it moving. Let's get it started. Ha! Let's get it started in here. Come on, Joey, chime in.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
All right, industry ETFs. I use that for the purposes of seeing where the money is going today. I've got a lot of industries across the board to try to find out at any given time where the money is going. I put this watch list together just to give a semblance for midday market, where money is going during our sessions. Financials, look at that, 1.73%. Healthcare, almost 1%. Consumer staples, almost 0.9%. I always like this for the purposes, especially on a down day, if you really, really want to be long, to find out where the money is going. And again, I put this watch list together for you guys. So that anytime we want to come here, we can do that. I got nothing on the fly today, I think, unless these are the American companies that left. I think, yeah, I'm still growing this list. I think I'm going to shut that down. Doesn't make any sense. I gave you that big list of 300 stocks. That's a lot of 300 companies. I got no speculative plays today because I knew Todd was going to be here. So I didn't put anything together for speculative plays. But let's go look at the top 5 big movers today. All right. And look at that. Let's go sort this by percent price change. RCAT. That's a stock that's got earnings coming up this week. Turquoise Hill. Oh, that's the stock that bought out the other stock. What's the other stock I said that was up today? Dang it. What stock was that, Joey? Turquoise Hill bought out. Dang it. Big news. Turquoise Hill bought out Rio. No, not Rio. Bought out. Who did they buy out? So did we talk about that today? It wasn't. Was it Volt? It wasn't Volt. Was it Rio? Sigh, but turquoise. Oh, what it was Rio Tinto. It was Rio Tinto. That's true. All right, I knew that it was there, but man, there's Turquoise Hill. All right, let's go take a look at the top 4 moving ones. RCAT, Turquoise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right click. Let's go view them. Let's go see if there's any opportunities here intraday today. RCAT looks good still. Look at that. RCAT looks good. Looks like it's consolidating right now. I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance. And it's $2.65. It's $2.65. Look at that. There's Turquoise Hill. There it is. They got bought. Rio bought them, right? Was that what it was? Rio bought them. Anyway, no change in that stock. Look at Sonics. Oh, man, look at Sonics. $3.85. $3.85. And look at that move. Look at that move. RCAT looks good. I'd like to see it get out of its middling phase and get above that high. AGRI is just falling down, down, down. But I do like Sonics. $3.85 stock. I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high. I do like RCAT. I'd look at 5 cents higher than the high. Those are the two. But these stocks are already made big moves today. They've already made big moves today. But I'm feeling Sonics. Man, now that makes me a little hungry. Now I want to go to Sonic. Hey, Joey, you want me to come pick you up and we go to Sonic's?
Yep, cheese coney.
Cheese coney. Yeah, I'm liking that. Ooh, now I'm hungry. Dang. Gold Cross Investments. Have a great day, my friend. Tinto makes $2.7 billion bid for remaining stake in Turquoise. There you go. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. Man, $2.7 billion. So Rio is buying Turquoise Hill. Yeah, I'm not finna buy that because it got bought. It got bought. Big jump up. All right, but I am feeling Sonics as long as it can go 5 cents higher than the high. I am liking RCAT, like what I see, as long as it can go 5 cents higher than the high. What I got next? Wall Street Bets. The top 12 stocks on Wall Street Bets, both GME. GME's got earnings this week, folks. Look at the move, man, to the downside. And for any of you who are the diamond hands on these stocks, man, I got rid of both my AMC and GME. I got tired of just losing money and losing money and losing money. If they're going to move, I'll time the trade. I'll time the trade. And if it's really going to move like everybody says it is, we'll see. mRNA, I just saw a story on. I almost put it as one of my main stories today. I'm so baffled as to why it ranked after earnings and good news about I saw that they got a collaboration. Both mRNA hit my radar today and BNTX both hit my radar today. All right, so I am going to look into those. Even though this is not where you're supposed to put them, Phyllis. You don't put the stocks here. You put them in my videos. You put them in the videos. So I'm not berating you, Phyllis. I'm just letting you know that's where you need to put the stocks. Go to any one of my other videos that I've done, the recorded videos, put the stocks in that, in chat. Do I have anything in the special watch list? Nope. And I think that pretty much puts me where I need to be. Joey, put me on I think I can do it. Hold on. There we go. All right, folks. Steve bought mRNA this morning in the Jockey Club. I think that's a good play. I think either that or BNTX both came out with news. I almost put them into midday market today, but I figured I had enough. I don't want to inundate you with the news. You notice that in midday market, I only read the headlines. I only read the headlines. I don't even read the stories because we got a lot to cover. All right, the timing on these are awful. I don't disagree with you. mRNA's only commercial product is the COVID vaccine. And it was, that's all they needed. They were the second drug to get FDA approval after Pfizer. mRNA and actually it's the only other drug besides Pfizer that is FDA approved. Novavax is working on it. I think that they are approved in the EU. Johnson & Johnson still halted here. I don't think that they're giving up. I still don't think that they're giving up the Johnson & Johnson shot here anymore, but they are still in the EU. All right. Hey, folks, thank you for being here. Don't forget, this is Fed Week. So announcement either tomorrow or Wednesday. We will be hot and heavy in this on Wednesday. Remember, midday market will be on Mondays and Wednesdays for the month of March. If you guys really support it and the numbers look good, it might be something we might consider keeping. But if not, and that's okay. If not, we might try something new next month on Wednesdays. And last but not least, before I go, don't forget, everything that we do here is free. All right. I still invite you that if you like the analysis that I do here for you guys, you have access to it or can have access to it for 99 cents for 30 days. being able to see what the fastest moving stocks are today, to be able to see what sectors have moved up over X amount of time, to jump on the stocks in that sector before they become big news. That's the purpose of what we do here in Midday Market, is to give you some insight and some heads up, to give you that little edge, that little bit of edge, especially more so on your aggressive side. Did you write a report on CYH? And Michael, no, that was one of the stocks. Remember, I didn't want to take all of your stocks. Michael, you gave me a stock. You gave me ENR. I didn't want to take more than one from a person. I didn't want to take more than one from a person. I want everybody to have an opportunity to put their stocks up there. All right, so I'm only going to take one per person. One per person. Can Zim maintain that dividend? You know something? I'm going to show that real quick. I'm going to go to the viewers tab. Joey, I'll take that. Put me back in. I'm going to show that real quick. How can you tell if a company can really support that dividend? Because we've got dividend analysis, number one. So Zim, I still have, it's got a dividend of 10. Nope, the dividend went up. There it is, $19.50. Now, look at the dividend yield. All right, look at the dividend yield is sitting at 23.6. That's high. That's a big yield. What's the earnings yield? At 24.77. It's still higher than the dividend, not by a lot. It's still higher than the dividend, which means that the company makes enough money to pay out the dividend. That's number one. Number two, with the bump up of that dividend, our dividend safety took a hit. Dividend safety shows the ability of a company to either continue to pay or grow its dividend. And I'm going to show you something. Talk about, when I talk to you about the power of the software, that's a great question. I'm going to put this on the end of day. I want to see where my dividend safety was before. Dividend safety was above 50. Look at this. All right. Going into the dividend, the special dividend that they pay, where the dividend moved from 10 now up to 1950, the dividend safety took a hit. So that's a great question. Who put that? Thank you. You said, thanks for the great information. You said Friday that you were going to write on CYH. I haven't done it yet, Michael. Again, I did on Friday the video of 5 stocks. It looked like about 6 stocks. I'll get to CYH, but again, I'm only taking one per person, Michael. So I like that from the perspective. Great question in perspective to the dividend. I'd say they did it for the purposes of bringing people in. I agree with that. When dividend safety goes below the value of 50, though, you need to keep your eyes on it. You need to keep your eyes on it. All right. But I do like that the earnings yield is a tad bit higher than the dividends yield, which means that the company should be able to pay out that dividend. But I am going to keep my eye on the dividend safety, where it's been at 55 for the longest time. Nicely, it's still above 50, which is positive. So good question. Who asked me that question? Dag nabbit, who asked me that question? Oh, I went way up too fast. Sigh on my chat. Scroll down, scroll down. Scroll down. Yep, rotation. Please do timing awful. There it is, Jake. Jake, that was a great question, and just by way of the software, I can do an answer to that question. All right, now I really got to go. I got to go. You know why I got to go? I got to go. Let's go back to the homepage. Thank you guys for being here. I don't know how many likes we got today so far. Joey, show me. How many likes did we get today? Got 76. Well, I always like to get 100 likes or more. If we don't, we don't. That's fine. I like the likes to let me know that it was worth your time to be here today. And again, Yolanda, if you want me to look at a stock, comment on it. Comment on one of my videos with the stock ticker symbol. All right, do that. All right, I gotta go. Thank you, Joey, for working with both me and Todd today. I'm a little bit over, but I wanted to give Todd some great opportunity to give you the sneak peek. Joey put the link in there for you. It's a free, and so did Badger. It's a free webcast, both Wednesday and Thursday, 3 different times for you to choose from depending on where you are. All right, and Todd is a great instructor, and you might want to consider it. With that, folks, I'm out of here. Do more Schoolhouse Rock? Tack says, more Schoolhouse Rock. Yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey, and I'm sitting in committee. All right, I could do conjunction, junction. What's that function? Folks, I'm out of here. See ya.